It's been 20 years since China and the European Union signed a comprehensive strategic partnership. The Friends of Europe Forum examined the increasingly complex relationship between the two powers as pressure increases to tackle global challenges. Rebecca Bondun reports from Brussels.
Officials gathered in the heart of Europe to discuss relations between the EU and China. Their complex relationship has long involved both elements of cooperation and competition. Today, against a challenging geopolitical backdrop, delegates at the forum said both aspects are here to stay. But there have been many positive developments in the 2 decades since the EU-China Comprehensive Strategic Partnership was launched.
Since then, China-EU relations have prospered, with close exchanges and dialogues and enhanced levels of cooperation, which has brought tangible results to both sides.
The theme of Thursday's discussion was 20 years on, what's next for EU-China relations? Mr. Kong said that there are more examples of cooperation than differences between both sides, but those differences need to be addressed.
We hope that the EU and its member states should not develop their relations with other countries at the expense of China-EU relations or at the expense of China's interests.
The EU and China are at odds over some matters, such as trade, although they are key economic partners with $2.5 billion of bilateral trade a day. China is concerned about the EU's launch of an anti-subsidy investigation into imports of electric vehicles. And the EU has been trying to reduce its economic dependence on China, including for crucial commodities.
We see China as an essential partner, but also, depending on the areas, as a competitor and a systemic rival. We are major economic partners. Our bilateral relationship is integrated and important, and as major economic actors, the course we set has a strong impact on the global economic outlook.
There was also agreement at the forum that cooperation between the two global players is required to help address some of the main issues that the world faces. These include climate change, conflict, and the need for development. The consensus was that engagement and dialogue between the EU and China is essential to strengthening the long-standing relationship. Rebecca Bondun, CGTN, Brussels.